So I would encourage communities to be proactive instead of just bemoaning that we've got a problem. Identify what are the aspects of the problem and how do they want to solve it.
I think Jamie and I came together to start Yard Homes for a couple of reasons. I think we wanted to do something that was impactful in the housing community. And we also wanted to use innovation to do housing differently. So our tagline is we create more homes for more people in more places, and that's what we do.
Probably the biggest advantage is it's just smaller. A lot of folks are living in a house that's too big for them. So seniors especially, which is the fastest growing group, don't need a 4-bedroom house on 2 or 3 floors. Many people want to live more simply. They need to live in a more economical environment, so a smaller house is more economical to build. It's cheaper to heat and cool. It goes up faster, so we can build more houses more quickly. It just fits the lifestyle of a lot of folks these days.
Well, I think a lot of cities need tiny homes and ADUs because they're landlocked, right? They don't have any additional space to add housing. We spoke with a city recently that has an amazing school district, but they have no more space to bring more families into their community. And what they're finding is that their community is aging because the individuals that are living there have raised their children have gone off. They don't want to leave their house, they don't want to leave their community. They love their grocery store, they love their church, they love their neighbors. ADUs is a way for them to move into the backyard and then house a family in the front yard or house one of their own children. So I think this is important for cities to think of not only just a housing issue, but maybe even an economic growth issue for them.
I was really excited to go to Yard Homes and see the houses that they build, and being able to go inside them and look at them and touch them and see all the finishes, I thought was really a great experience. It's definitely part of the solution. It's not the total solution, but there is a need for smaller units, for accessory dwelling units behind homes, where if people have aging parents, they could potentially live. And I see it as one of the main things that needs to be done throughout Minnesota.
We've embraced what's called off-site construction technologies. So we have a series of units that are actually built in a factory. So it's much of the same way that a house would be built, but because it's in a factory, there's no rain, there's no snow. People wearing the shirt sleeves all year round, even in the dead of winter, and they're doing very precise, repeatable processes. So that's what's called full volumetric modular. We also offer some that use a different wall technology called SIPs, structurally insulated panels. And a SIP is sort of like a sandwich. So you've got a piece of wood on the outside, a piece of wood on the inside, and in between is a section of foam. That is pushed together under pressure, and that results in a stronger wall than a conventional wall, and one that's much more energy efficient. So those two technologies, full volumetric modular and a panelized SIP, are the way we go.
I think that, there's a lot of misconceptions about ADUs. The first is they automatically assume that they're trailers, and, not that it's right, but a lot of communities have opposition to trailer parks. So getting to the showroom and getting to a place where you can actually see an ADU and see the quality of the production, I think is important. I think some communities and some individuals are just afraid of density. More houses brings more people, brings more crime, brings more issues. I believe the opposite. I think more housing brings more people, brings more eyes on the streets, brings actually more safety. So those are some of the oppositions we typically hear.
One question that you were thinking about was what if a community feels that they've got a housing crisis and they're wondering what to do? So I would encourage communities to be proactive. Instead of just bemoaning that we've got a problem, identify what are the aspects of the problem and how do they want to solve it. So the key issue really is, again, regulation. So if a community is considering adding new types of housing, they should look at their zoning ordinance and first tackle whether they have an ADU ordinance. So AARP has a model ordinance. It's online. It's been widely vetted across the country, and that'd be a great place to start.
I think the most important thing we can do is get involved in our communities. Whether it's a neighborhood council or the city council, contact your city council person and tell them how important this is and find out what their position on housing and ADUs and tiny homes are. And really just get involved in the community and advocating for these alternative housing types.